Hi there. Welcome to Chick Chat. I'm your host, Jessica Fowler, and I'm here with Sandy Jameson and Sonia Thomas. Today we're talking about a topic that I don't really want to talk about.
No, let's not.
Can we do this tomorrow, please?
Procrastination.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm the queen of it. This was one of my ideas, I think, because I am the queen of procrastination. I learned a couple years ago through work that I'm an adrenaline junkie, and that's why I'm a procrastinator. But it has huge implications. I've been doing a lot of research on procrastination, and it is crippling. It can ruin your life. Not to be so dramatic, but it can. It affects your depression, anxiety, unemployment. I mean, the list went on in my research, so I think it's really important to talk about. Are either of you procrastinators?
Huge, big time, yes. I definitely was in university. I always had the research done on time, but then I would always wait and write the article the night before. And I would pull an all-nighter, and I think the same thing, an adrenaline rush, and the coffee, and I think licorice, and and I would make it through the night, and then, I don't know, and I was happy with a B. But I think if I had have actually done the paper, in good time, and not felt the pressure to write it, I might have actually done better.
So why do you think you procrastinate?
For me, it is a symptom of perfectionism, which we've already talked about, but yes, because I just feel like, I want to put it off because I'm not ready yet, or I make up all these excuses in my mind, it's like I just want to push it away, I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah. I procrastinate the things I'm not interested in doing, or I don't feel passionate about. The things that have to be done sometimes are like the least favorite things to do, right?
So yeah, this one article I read today was about the 5 different types of procrastinators, and you hit on both of them. One's a perfectionist, so they just
Ding ding, yeah.
they're not ready to accept it. The other one is dread-filled, like I hate the task. Another one is if you're overwhelmed, it's just where do you start? The other one's imposter, which I thought was really interesting. It means you're procrastinating because you don't know if you're qualified and you don't know if you can actually do the task at hand. And the other one was the lucky one, which is basically you've been rewarded because you pulled an all-nighter at school and you did a good job, that you know you can do it. You know you can procrastinate and still do the task at hand. Right. But I think no matter what you are, and even though I'm a procrastinator, it weighs on you. So when you have something due, or a lot of times I procrastinate things I hate doing, my taxes, accounting.
Yeah, banking for me.
But then I get anxiety from it, and I need to accept that putting it aside is worse for me. It's worse for my psyche. I get anxiety, I can't sleep. It does affect us, even though we don't want to admit it.
It's like self-sabotage in a way, really, because it's like a repetitive cycle that we know doesn't work, but we keep doing it. Yeah, I know. I'm so the same here.
I think with having children now, now I have to schedule things a lot more, so I'm not so much a procrastinator anymore. I mean, like I said, the banking, that's still something, like some personal stuff, but as far as taking care of my family, I'm pretty good now at scheduling and doing everything in due time, because I know that's a priority. So why am I not a priority? I'm not sure why
There's a couple of things in my research and in my past that I have read that is helpful. One of them is Gretchen Rubin, who I love dearly. She talks about a 1-minute rule.
She's the Happiness Project.
She is, yeah. She talks, it was one of her podcasts, basically, if you can do it in a minute, do it.
Yeah.
And start looking for those things. I remember after I listened to it, I'd leaving a room even, I could do that quickly. So if you can do something in a minute, just do it. And the other thing that I've talked about on past episodes is my three items a day rule. So even though I dread it, I think, what do I have to do today? So even if it's a dread-filled, it's just in my top 3. So these are my 3 things I'm going to do,
right? And
I get them done.
And the amount of accomplishment you feel then,
right.
And that boosts your confidence.
Yeah, and if I can get it out of the way in the morning, it's not sitting on my head, it's not weighing on me all day, which has been a really good one.
Yeah, and I also have read, and I'm trying to do more of, having something in your day that brings you joy, that is good for your health, and that is a must-do item as well, just to balance your day out, so that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so we're also fueling ourselves. Back to your point, you gotta feed yourself first, and not have a day just of have-to-do lists. Yeah, the 3-minute thing is something I'm trying to do as well. So 3 items a day as opposed to 20.
Yeah.
That's another way to help with procrastination. For me, I can put so many things on my to-do list, I don't want to do anything.
Right.
So just keeping it focused.
Overwhelmed.
The other thing is, if you're overwhelmed by the task at hand, I know when it's time for taxes, I'm is making it into smaller tasks. So taking something large and saying, okay, how can I just break this up so I can do little tasks so it's not so overwhelming?
Baby steps.
It's funny, the taxes, that's one for me as well. And I think that when you finally get them done, you realize it actually wasn't that bad. But yet I'm not doing anything now to make that easier you know, when tax time rolls around next, and really we should be doing monthly, you know, as an entrepreneur, doing your monthly bills and, you know, just staying on top of your receipts monthly. And, and yet I still don't do it.
That's the other thing they say is scheduling earlier tasks. So if you know you're procrastinating to the deadline, is make more deadlines.
Yeah, that's smart.
You'll
Except then we know that it's not really a deadline.
Yeah, I know.
Therefore, let's just wait.
Mind tricks.
And then also being reasonable, right, with our deadlines and with our to-do lists. We can't do everything. There's always gonna be more to do.
Exactly.
And shouldn't we also celebrate what we get done? Like once we do it, like check it off the list and be like, hey.
I thought you meant like a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Okay, a check mark. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not living it up enough, obviously.
The other thing too that they said, one of them that you go to the gym every day.
Yes.
And I find this because I go through gym cycles, is just do it, right? The hardest thing a lot of the research said is starting something. So just do it. I mean, when I even go back to the gym, it's like, oh, just 10 minutes a day, and then I want 20, and then I gradually grow, and you'll get used to something. But just starting it is a huge thing as well, to not procrastinate.
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the gym is just a sauna and a shower. You know, somebody said to me once, like, if you're gonna party, you should party. And I think about that in my workout, and I don't party. Sometimes I just get there. But when you only get 5 hours of sleep a night, I think just getting there is the accomplishment itself, right? And
check it off the list.
I'm gonna party soon.
Celebrate small tasks, right?
Yeah.
All right, well that is our episode today on procrastination. So don't procrastinate, but hopefully there's some valuable tips here. I think because I'm a serial procrastinator, I've learned my mental ninja tricks to help prevent procrastination.
Even if it's just acceptance and just understanding that we're not perfect and that that's okay.
Yeah.
So trust it.
Love yourself. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. As always, leave your comments, share, love, like, do all that great stuff online, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.